What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build here in The Sims 4. So today, as you can tell by the title, we are building a haunted house in the middle of the forest. So this is kind of part two, I guess you could say. I'm not gonna really give it parts until I start working on the actual forest, but like I said in a few past videos, I'm working on turning the entire world of Granite Falls into a haunted forest for the month of October. So I know we don't have that much longer until Halloween, so hopefully I can get the entire thing done. This is the second lot out of 6, so I have 4 more lots to do. But yeah, so today we're building this modern home in the middle of Granite Falls. Not necessarily the middle, but in Granite Falls. And the only way you can have a residential lot in Granite Falls is if it's a haunted house residential. You can't have a tiny home residential. You can't have a regular residential lot here. For whatever reason, the only residential lot type you can have in Granite Falls is a haunted house residential. And I think that's just because whenever the Sims team created the haunted house residential lot type, they forgot to limit it. They forgot to limit it to only the livable worlds, not Granite Falls and El Salvadorada. So they just forgot to click that switch or whatever. So you can have your Sims live in El Salvadorada or Granite Falls, but they have to live in a haunted house. And I figured that worked perfectly since we're turning all of Granite Falls into a haunted forest. I figured, that it kind of works. So I imagine the family that lives here, it's not a family home by any means, actually. It has a 1-bedroom. It's literally a 1-bedroom home. So maybe it's like a young couple or something that had this house built here. Obviously, when they got it built, they had no idea the forest was haunted or anything like that. No one told them. No one told them. Whoever sold them the plot of land was just like, here you go. Maybe it was cheap and they didn't ask any questions as to why it was cheap. But then when they moved in and started experiencing all the hauntedness, then they were like, this is why it's cheap. But yeah, it's a really nice house. I could see this house fitting in somewhere like Evergreen Harbor, maybe, if you want to put it somewhere else, or maybe Newcrest. I don't know I know when I build in Newcrest, I tend to build modern things, but I don't know if everyone does that. So Newcrest or what is the other one I said? Evergreen Harbor. Yeah. Really, other than that, I really like this house. I am building from reference, but I tend not to put up my reference images anymore. Let me know if that bothers you. If you guys want me to go back to putting reference images up, I will. It's just I'm lazy by nature and I choose not to do it on purpose. But if it's something you guys want to see, definitely let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to start putting my reference images back up whenever I'm building from reference. Otherwise, another thing I can do is I can link my Pinterest down below. And I have a whole Pinterest board of my Sims 4 inspirations, my Sims 4 build inspirations. The board is literally called Sims 4 Build Inspo, and so you could follow my Pinterest and you can see exactly all the things I pin. And then if you follow my Pinterest, then you can see, like, whenever I post the speed building, you'll be like, oh, I saw that on his Pinterest, and you'll know where it came from. And then that way, if I forget to mention that I'm building from reference, you'll already know. But let me know what you prefer. Do you want me to link my Pinterest, or do you want me to just start putting the reference images back in the videos, or do you want me to do both? Let me know, and I'll make sure to do that. Just moving the lot further back, because there's plenty of space. It's a 30 by 20, but it's a pretty small home. I would assume I was gonna do a pool, but ignore all of what I'm doing right now because I end up not putting a pool. Excuse me, I end up just doing a hot tub. But I imagine if I was able to do a tiny home residential, I imagine this would have been considered a tiny home. At the very least, a tier 2, which maxes out at 64 tiles. But definitely if I put that large deck in the back, it wouldn't have been a tier 2. It might have been a tier 3, which is a small home, which maxes out at 100 tiles. But definitely without that huge back porch, it would probably count as a tier 2 tiny home. Because I mentioned this build in yesterday's build, and I said that I was kind of on a tiny home kick right now. So this is that home. After this, I don't know what I'm gonna build. I've been really wanting to do a converted monastery for a while, ever since Devin Bumpkin did his. I also found a really nice image of a old French church that I want to kind of convert into a home. So I have some ideas, but trying to get through this haunted forest business before I move on to anything else. And so far I've only done like one autonomous home, like where I built the house in autumn and use like autumn colors. I haven't decorated any home for I haven't built a home and then decorated it for Halloween yet, so I might do that. That might be the next build I do outside of the haunted forest builds. What I'm really looking forward to though, and at this point I'm really no longer talking about this build, but what I'm really looking forward to is Christmas builds. Like, I think I'm gonna do one here pretty soon. Not necessarily a Christmas build, but I want to build something in the snow. Like, I'm really excited to start building in the snow for like Christmas time. I won't necessarily furnish it for Christmas, but I just want to build in the snow. So maybe I'll do that here pretty soon. Yeah, just finishing up the landscaping now, adding the trees. I wanted it to have as many trees as possible without it covering up the front of the house. I wanted there to be some good lighting. And what I'm doing right now with the rocks is I wanted some greenery and rocks under the house, but you know how things like to pop up to where the foundation is. So I just used the tool mod to lower them down. Hopefully that doesn't affect anything on the inside of the house. If it does, then you'll just have to delete those objects, but I don't see why they would, because any footprint that's on them would now be on the ground where they're sitting. So I don't know, but there may be a glitch in the game where that doesn't work. But I think there's a total of 4 trees on this lot. I do end up deleting one of them for the gallery, because if I left it there, then those people that were downloading it on the gallery wouldn't have been able to see the interior. So I was like, I mean, yeah, it's a nice exterior, but I want people to see what the interior looks like. So I did delete one of the tree. It's the tree that's closest to the house on the right side that I end up deleting. So if you want to put one back right there, just do so. I mean, it is what it is. I'll probably end up releasing the whole save file whenever I'm done anyway. So if you want to just wait for the save file instead of downloading each individual lot off the gallery, then the tree will be there. But it's just a tree. So now we're on to the interior. So the kitchen pretty much stays like this. The only thing I end up doing is changing the color, the swatch of the cabinets, because I was going for black grays. I was going for blacks, grays, whites, and light wood tones in this build. But the Dream Home Decorator the lightest wood tones that come with Dream Home Decorator are very like it's a very washed out wood tone. It's almost ashy if we want to call it that. Whereas all the other light wood tones in the game are more so, they're a warmer, they're light wood tones, but they're a warmer, they have a warmer tint to them. So what I end up, I will, so once I get everything else in that has that warmer tint, then that makes me change the colors of the cabinets and stuff. But yeah, so you can ignore the kitchen for now, but I think I change it on camera. I don't remember. I use a lot of Dream Home Decorator for this, so it'll be, you know, kind of difficult to download if you don't have Dream Home Decorator, but because I do use a lot of Dream Home Decorator. A lot of City Living as well. This table, City Living, this dining table, City Living, and then the coffee table ends up being City Living. And then I was going to use the City Living end table, but tell me why there's no matching swatch to the end table. Look at that. Those two swatches were completely different. Like, if they both came with that's one thing that the Sims team is terrible at. Like, stuff that comes in same, like, if there's a swatch on an object that comes in a pack, every other object in that pack should come with that swatch. Like the ashy light wood tone that I'm talking about that comes with Dream Home Decorator. On the couches, that ashy light wood tone is non-existent on the couches. It's a light wood tone, but it's a warmer one, and it sucks. But anyway, so as you can see, I had to go for this warmer. It's still a light wood tone, but it's definitely warmer. So I end up changing the cabinets to be the white versions of these. Not all white. They still have this ashy tone in there, but it's not as prevalent. So if you just look fast enough, it won't look like it's the ashy tone. It'll look cohesive. It'll look yellow like the rest of it. And then since I didn't put cabinetry on, all the way around the kitchen, I decided to put these Dream Home Decorator shelvings there, which I end up leaving as that color just because, why not? I end up leaving them the ashy wood tone color because why not? But, and then I just put some clutter in them, which I think we're going to do that now. So I would imagine, like I said, this is probably for a young couple that doesn't plan on having kids anytime soon. It's a 1-bedroom house, 1 bathroom. Maybe it's not even their main house. Maybe it's a rental property, or maybe it's their vacation property. I don't know why you would continue to vacation here if you knew it was haunted, but by no means is this a family home. Unless you're just a family of 2, which you could just have a family of 2 Sims. That's still a family, just not a large family. And then here's me changing the swatches. See, the handles on the cabinets are still that ashy wood tone, but it's so little that you can't really tell. And then this is just the small little hallway that leads to the bedroom and the bathroom. Nothing crazy. I wanted there to be a bookcase somewhere, but I ended up not having space for one. So I just put that tray that came with Snowy Escape on the coffee table, and I end up replacing that with that elephant bookend object that I think came with City Living. And then this is the bathroom. I just made it an all black and white bathroom. I made the shower just be a standalone shower with a divider from Snowy Escape. The shower's from Snowy Escape as well. All of the blinds that I'm putting up, I imagine they're all electronic. You hit a button and they go up and down based on, the button you hit. And then this is the bedroom. So I moved that mirror object from fitness stuff around a lot. It ended up going in here. I go with this swatch on the bed, and I was just looking at that industrial loft kit. That industrial loft kit side table that I pulled out would have actually worked really well. The swatches matched pretty well. But I ended up going with these circular ones that I think are from Eco Lifestyle. I don't know. I use those a lot. I think they're from Eco Lifestyle. They have to be, because we didn't get, they have to be from Eco Lifestyle. The swatches on them are weird. They don't match anything in Eco Lifestyle, but I think they are from Eco Lifestyle. And then this is me just furnishing or cluttering up the room. I end up moving that plant that I just placed down over, and I put the little, I think it's from Vintage Glamour, the little tray that has like, it looks like it has like perfume and stuff in it. I didn't clutter up this house very much. Again, I just wanted it to be clean, simple, minimalistic. Everything has its place and everything's in its place. So a young bougie couple or something like that. But here's me. I think I'm getting out the tray. Yeah, it's right here. And then that's pretty much it for the interior. I put that on the wall. So now we're in the backyard. So I'm going to put this, what is this? I always forget what to call a hot tub. And then I put a bar next to it. The bar is functional. You just can't, like, you can't serve people from that bar because the spot where people would, where the bar stools would go are up against the fence. But you can still, like, your Sims just have to make their own drink if they use that bar. I don't think they can serve drinks from it. But, and then I put a fire pit. Those are actually base game chairs around it. I just say that because, like, they're base game, but I like them in this all black swatch. I feel like they made sense because it looks like something, it looks like a chair that would belong outside. I do end up putting like a awning or like a pergola or gazebo type thing, whatever you want to call it. I end up putting one over it. You're going to see me look for one, but I end up going for one. Oh, you'll see me do it on camera. I just put a picnic bench down here. Like after they grill, they can go sit down there. The one I end up putting is from Kids Room. It's either from Kids Room or Toddler Stuff. I think it's from Toddler Stuff. But I've never used it in a build before, and I actually really like it. It's this one right here. I really, really like that I use this. Where it's placed right now is not where it ends up being because it was cutting into stuff. But anyway, the screenshots are rolling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I can't say my whole thing because the screenshots are short. So thank you guys. Bye.